Thank you, Anthony.
I think the best way to describe Justice Kennedy, he was a bridge justice.
A developing story which will have a major impact on our country for decades to come. The political world rocked today by the retirement of Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy, a moderate conservative who sometimes sided with the liberals. Many experts now think the High Court is in for a big change. News of the retirement of Justice Anthony Kennedy was a hot topic in the legal community today, with many reflecting on his legacy.
I think he was a voice of reason. It's not unexpected. He was appointed and confirmed in 1988, so he's been sitting on the bench for 30 years.
Jack Hamlin, a criminal justice professor at National University, says Kennedy was a strong constitutionalist, but also an advocate for individual rights. He sided with the court's liberals on the same-sex marriage case and wrote the majority opinion.
I think the best way to describe Justice Kennedy, he was a bridge justice. He was able to look at the more progressive side of the court and the more conservative side of the court and bring them together on a number of issues.
As for talk of Roe v. Wade being overturned, Hamlin says that's very premature. Even if another historic abortion case makes it before the court, there's no telling how a new justice might decide.
We've had a couple justices that have got on there and surprised everybody. They were thought to be conservative, and they ended up quite liberal in the way they did things.
This marks the second time President Trump will have the opportunity to appoint a Supreme Court justice. And Hamlin says there's plenty of indications it may be a very contentious process.
I think that any justice that goes in there has to set aside whether they're a hardline progressive or a hardline conservative and think about how they're going to apply the law to the specific facts that are presented to them.
President Trump today said the search for Kennedy's replacement will begin immediately.